Welcome back to the garage, you guys. This is the Track Enthusiast, and we're doing a review on a loaner car that I just picked up yesterday from the Honda dealership. My Acura is in the shop, and we got this 2022 Honda CRV Special Edition in this very, very cool color. I believe they call it Sonic Gray Pearl. I'm digging it. Some people on the American side might call this a concrete gray. It's got a little bit more blue in it, but absolutely loving it. I decided to do the review on this car, you guys, even though this is obviously not the standard kind of car that I enjoy, because I was so impressed. I am absolutely so impressed. I drove this thing home from the dealership yesterday, picked up the kids and the wife. We just went out for a little bit of a ride, and I am blown away. I mean, especially not just by just the handling of this thing, the power, which blew my mind when I looked this up. This thing has a 1.5 liter turbo with a CVT transmission, and I swear to God, it feels like you're driving a 3.5 liter V6, like with the amount of torque, at least subjectively. The car is really cool, man. So I'm digging the color. That's what kind of drew me initially to kind of, I don't know, kind of make me fall in love with it. I'm kind of like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's a modern color. Then when I drove the car, this little tiny, I have to show you guys this little tiny 1.5 liter 4-cylinder. We're talking like Euro power plants now, you guys. This is not a 6.2 liter boosted V8 with 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque, but this little tiny thing, 1.5 liter, man, look how tiny this engine is with this little tiny turbo. And you can definitely, there's got a lot of turbo lag in this thing. Absolutely, a lot of turbo lag. And we'll get into that later, basically, in terms of the subjective feeling, how it drives. But the car it pulls. It pulls to the point where I had to look it up, and I cannot believe it has 190 horsepower from this 1.5 liter turbo, and it has a CVT. Now, what I'm finding is that when you mix the CVT with the turbo, even that little tiny displacement of the motor, it makes the car pull. It feels like a much bigger engine. And I was also kind of impressed with the fact that when you look this up, this car, fully, done like this, all right, as it stands, and I know this is, there's many, many levels to this car. This is one of Honda's best-selling vehicles, if not the best-selling vehicle, I'm assuming. But this is the second from the bottom. There's the LX, and then there's the Special Edition, and then I think there's an EX, an EXL, and then a Touring above it. So the sticker on this car, when you look it up with destination to get it to the dealer, assuming that you can get one for MSRP, is $29,600. I mean, it's mind-blowing, especially, again, when you when you drive a car like this and you realize how economical and roomy this thing is. Another thing that made me really kind of eye-open with the car is the amount of size. I'm 6'5", 300 pounds, and I can sit in this car comfortably. My wife had no problem. And what I really thought it was cool was that with my seat all the way back, look how much legroom there is back here. Again, 6'5", 300 pounds, I can still get in behind myself and shut the door comfortably. I still have room. This is really, really impressive, to be honest. So from my perspective, especially coming from a track car, this is a lot of car for the money. Now, the little 2022 CRV comes with these 17-inch Eco tires. I'm pretty sure these are the Bridgestone, most likely going to be all season, so they're going to go anywhere and everywhere, which also means they're not really going to handle very well overall. But what I have to really, really get into, you guys, when I drive this thing, the way this thing handles, it is so flat, especially, again, from driving a ZL1. I cannot believe how flat this thing handles. It's crazy. So I feel like it's kind of cool because you can have some fun with the car. It's going to be a little bit of driver enjoyment for whatever little that you're going to have when you're carting your whole family around all the time in these things. So I think it's kind of cool, man. I have to say, I think it's really cool. It's very roomy. It's economical. It's cheap as hell. Great car. Great car. Now, I know this is not going to have all the bells and whistles, but again, from a guy who used to have an LS460 Lexus, it's got brake hold. That's kind of cool for people who sit in traffic all the time. That's kind of nice. You got your auto start and stop, so you're going to save a little bit of gas. I think it's 10 to 12%. What I did think is kind of cool, especially on a second from the bottom, I mean, this car is not loaded by any means. It has, you know, the laser, what is it, adaptive cruise control. It has lane keep assist. You've got Bluetooth, Bluetooth or Apple CarPlay, and Android CarPlay. So you can set your car up or your phone with the Bluetooth, which is really, really nice. The CVT, like I said, is absolutely eye-opening, because I'm surprised. I've had experiences with them in Nissan in the past, and they were absolutely garbage. Unreliable, noisy, just issues, I don't know. So I'm assuming Honda's got it sorted out, but I'm really impressed with this car, you guys. Very, very impressed. You should definitely take a look at this thing, and I can understand why this thing wins the kind of awards it does. It's a great package from a great company, and it's roomy as hell. You can tell this thing was designed to be competitive, to say the least. Let's go out for a ride in this thing. All right, you guys, we're out and about cruising in the CRV. Immediately what I notice about this thing subjectively is how firm it is, especially for we'll call it a family type vehicle. The car definitely rides firm. I'm assuming the engineers did that, like I said, just to give the driver just a little bit of, I don't know, some kind of connection to the car, a little bit of driving joy. So the car is absolutely great for that. It handles very, very flat, and like I said, with that little turbo and that CVT, it absolutely helps amplify the at least perceived power of the car and response. So between the handling, the power, and then the economy that you can get out of the car, especially if you drive it like a normal human being, you're not driving it like a ZL1, you feel like the car is it's a great package, man. Especially, you know, you've got Honda's reliability, you have all the tech that you need, you know what I mean? Nothing really more. You don't have massaging seats and all that kind of garbage. It's nothing that you don't need. Everything that you need, you can use on a regular basis, like your Apple CarPlay, lane keep assist. You've got your safety features. You've got your great economy. In terms of things that I don't like about the car, I don't like the infotainment system. The infotainment system, I don't know, whatever. They could have put a little bit more money into it, I guess. And I know I'm nitpicking, you guys, but the screen, right? The screen is a certain width, but the actual usable screen size is about half of what you're actually getting. So I don't know if that's kind of a rip-off there, basically, but in the end, it's not bad. I don't like that they don't have parking sensors. I think that should be included on a car, especially, you know, there's an older demographic that does drive this car, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to have that as a feature. My mom owns one of these cars, and she's had a couple mishaps with her car. And I know parking assist probably would have helped with that quite a bit. So Honda engineers, if you're out there and you're watching this by any random chance, it's probably not a bad idea for you guys to add that. It's just better. It's just better. Patients or people get older, excuse me, they you know, they lose depth perception, right? It's that cataract in that left eye that we all get when we get older. So as you're backing out, you turn the wheel, you end up hitting they hit the car into the edge of the garage door. So it's something that's easily avoidable with a very, very cheap addition, especially with all the packages that you guys have when you're on this thing available. When I looked up, I mean, there's so many $500, $400, $1,000 packages that you can just kind of add on and add on. Why not park assist? Why not park assist? Now, I do know from what I've looked up on this, you guys, that the 2022 is the last year of this generation. So I believe 2023 Honda's going to be coming with a whole new CRV. So another thing that might be appealing with this thing, at least you know this thing's going to be very, very, very reliable. All the bugs are worked out. All the kinks are worked out. You know, it's always the teething problems the first 2 or 3 years with any model. I don't care who makes it. There's always going to be some random issues that you wish you didn't have to deal with. So this might be a good deal. It's a great car. It's really, really well set up. The price is right, especially considering the price of all the cars, you know, currently. And then, like I said, it's the end of the generation, so you know it's going to be absolutely perfected. I just want them to focus in the future. Hopefully, we'll get park assist. Maybe hopefully a transmission that's not the CVT. CVT I could do without, but if it amplifies the engine, I'm for it. But like I said, you got a very roomy, reliable car from Honda. I think it's stylish for its category. Maybe the Mazda might be just slightly better looking, basically, but it's not bad. You've got all the tech and safety that you need for a great price. I have to give this thing a thumbs up, you guys. Great car. Check out the Honda CRV. And check out this crazy gray color. It's pretty cool. I wanted to show you guys a real life freeway acceleration. So we'll call it a 55 roll. Let's pick it up to 55 and just punch it. All right, here we go. this thing picks up speed really well. So if you need to merge and get on the freeway, look at this thing. And with the big old windshield and all this stuff and the view that you get, it doesn't feel like you're going that fast. But yeah, I mean, you can see it picks up speed really, really well. Really, really well. This is a 1.5 liter turbo. I am really impressed. And then, like I said, between the fuel economy, the size, you know, I don't know. You just don't feel like you're not missing much. I wanted to show you guys the start-stop feature as well as how laggy the thing is. When you accelerate off the line, look how slow this thing is. You really don't get any response until about 15 miles an hour, maybe 17 miles an hour. Then the boost comes on. But yeah, I mean, it's just something. It's just weird. You'll have to learn how to modulate the gas. It's just a little bit strange. Because like I said, there's no power off the line until about 15 miles an hour. Then it really picks up. So just something to learn about, something that you have to get used to. Just turbo life. Now the other thing I noticed, you guys, when I'm at the high speed, the car is very quiet. It's very quiet, it's refined. There's no serious wind noise or any issues like that. The tire noise is slightly amplified, but again, it's a $30,000 car. I think for what you're paying, this is a lot of car, and it's going to put your mind at ease in the long run. The car is going to be reliable. It's well made, solid. Tires can be changed, so you get a little bit less road noise. Obviously, they're going to offer this with a all-season tires, so they can sell this anywhere and everywhere, and they do. So, great car, man. Great car.